Hello, we're back. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what happens on Dear Father Al, you send to me your daily problems about life, about love, relationships, whatever your issues may be. Please consider sending them to me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al. And what I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. I'm feeling very happy today because the last couple of weeks, the video quality on the show was kind of dicey, having some technical difficulties. So it appears as if I figured it out. I'm looking at the monitor from what I'm looking at from my side, as well as what the viewers see. Night and day difference to the good thing. 9 day, hey Jody, a 9 day difference from what was going before. So the setting, if by chance, we'll sidebar. So if by chance, if you want to create live videos yourself for whatever project or whatnot that you're working on, when you do the initial setup, if you're looking at it just in the edit mode, it may be real crystal clear, but as soon as you select go live or live, go live, something like that button on there, the screen may be blurry. What you're looking at as well as what the viewers are looking at, that may be blurry. So I initially had it some manual setting on there, but I learned, was waiting for a response from Facebook. They didn't reply, so I just kind of DIY and notice that if you select auto, that option, 3 different options. So if you select auto, then it comes out very, very clear. I've got a Logitech 920, I think 920C, or we'll say a 920 video cam, and it's a high res there, and it's showing really nice and clear on the display. So in any case, again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If Facebook had any immediate, fixes to it, and they just didn't get around to telling me, hey, Facebook staff, technical staff is working really good. So, anywho, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what happens, I'll take all your information, your problem about life, about love, relationships, whatever your issues may be. I'll take them, jot it all down, then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. So far live, I've got Jody and I've got Paula. Love you too, ladies. Smooches, smooches, smooches. Today is Saturday, October 1st. I'm telling you, the year is absolutely flying by, for me at least. Today is October 1st, episode number 5. You can contact me 24 hours a day. The telephone number you can reach me is area code 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. One more time for the road, 623-764-8893. You can also send an email to me. The email address is contact Father Al @gmail.com. Again, contact Father Al @gmail.com. Our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handle is Dear Father Al. That's DEAR Father FATHERAL. So Dear Father Al is our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handle. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. And if by chance, if you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Again, click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. And if by chance, if you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, click the subscribe button. So what happens on the show, I'll take all your information, I'll read it off, and then reply back shortly afterwards with a common sense solution. If by chance if you're dealing with something similar to what I'm talking about during the broadcast, please interject your comments in the chat line and I will read those off as well. Granted, I've got some information that helps people out, but You may also, the viewers that interject your comments in the chat line, you may have some additional information that will help others out as well. So again, please interject your comments in the chat line and we can help people out together. Again, I'm just absolutely thrilled with the video quality. Now that I've got the feed and the lighting, I turned on some more lighting, which made it turn out very well on the monitor I'm looking at over here. So, all right, so let's go ahead and roll forward with the first one. So far live, again, I've got Jody and I've got Paula. Love you, love you, love you. And I'm definitely looking forward to come seeing you. Paula, I just chatted with Jan a couple of days ago, so at some point in the near future, I'm hopeful that the two of us can come see you and the rest of the family at your place this time. All right, so first one, it says, this was from last week, it says, "Dear Father Al, please guide me through a change of life situation. My brother and I have been close all of our lives. We are senior citizens now. His wife died many years ago. He is well known and well liked. Good. He is a very private person. However, he is having problems aging now. Okay? He needs to be moved to a private care facility that is small but healthy and dependable. Can you guide me in finding a good place to help me and support him? I am his only family now. He is very loved and very private. Signed, Soul, S-O-L-E, Soul Sister." All right, Soul Sister, I will reply back to you in a sec. So if by chance, if you're dealing with a family member, whether it's your brother, cousin, aunt, or whomever, that in your opinion, they need to be transferred to a care facility, interject your comments in the chat line and let us know what you have done. I know I've been down this road before. It's not the most smooth path. So my advice, I'm hopeful, will help you smooth out the bumps that you may encounter in this crazy process. All right. So initially, when you're dealing with all this, try to find some way that you can get internet access, whether it's on your smartphone, your mobile phone, or desktop or laptop, but you're going to need some internet access and be readily available to use that at any moment's notice in this whole crazy process. So again, interject your comments in the chat line and I will read that off as well. All right, so this is what I have for Soul, S-O-L-E, Soul Sister. All right, Soul Sister, it sounds like a good idea to move him to a care facility, but if he is as private as you claim, he might be reluctant to leave his home and choose to remain there until end of life. I mean, if he's been in the same home, the same neighborhood, although he doesn't get out as much, he still may have this feeling of comfort, and it's understandable, this feeling of comfort in his home, even though the neighborhood may be just gone to, H-E double toothpick, gunfire and, police helicopters flying by, and it's just the madness is outside. He may just relish in the madness because it is his home, it's his property. He's not going off to some stranger's place where none of his friends, may not have, one or two friends that, even come visit him anymore. But hey, it's his home and he may be reluctant in leaving his home. So chat with him to see if by chance he would be interested in leaving his home. That's going to be a tough one. Interested in leaving his home, even though in your opinion, it may be to his advantage, health-wise. All right. You could also consider having a private care provider visit his home and provide what they call respite. I think it's spelled R-E-S-P-I-T-E, respite care. And that's where you have a provider, I don't know if it's necessarily a nurse, but some sort of provider that comes to the patient's home a few times a week, stay there, for a couple of hours and kind of help them move around, whether it's get out of bed, go to the restroom, get some stuff out of the fridge. Real light. I think that might even be the lightest care, the real early stages of care before it gets really detailed and extreme per se. So the respite care, check to see if you can find any services that specialize in just doing respite care. You may have some, whether it's an licensed practical nurse, an LPN, or some care provider at your social club, your church, that may be interested in doing something like that, paid, obviously. The other thing is, let's say someone at some social group that you're involved in, or your church, that may kind of in between jobs, they may consider living there, it's just a thought, living with your brother, and that way they have a place to stay and they can take care of your brother at the same time. Okay? Again, you're still going to have to pay them. You may not have to pay them as much as long as you give them room and board. They may be even do it on a discounted rate. So that is something to consider. Also, if he's near end of life, if you want to make the old boy happy, if you find a care provider that is an attractive care provider, with licensed practical nurse or someone that you think that he might think is attractive, put a smile on his face, put a perk in his step. He's got some sexy, attractive care provider coming to see him on a regular basis. It may boost his spirit a bit and make him a more happy guy. So that is something to consider in the whole process. So also, there is a website that I use if by chance if you want to send them to an outside care facility. There is a website, and they're not paying me to say this, but I highly recommend using it. I used it in the past. The website is called Caring, C-A-R-I-N-G, caring.com. Used them many years ago, and on caring.com, what is pretty much like a traveling, a hotel. It's a rating service for the care facilities. I think in the U.S. I don't know if they do it outside the U.S., but offhand, it was for the U.S. So you go on there. You may have to register. It's free as I recall. You go there. You type up the city, the care facility that you're interested in getting reviews on, and people will write in and say, okay, well, check out this care facility. Don't go to this one because when you walk in, then it's kind of smelling like urine and stuff like that. So check out the website Caring. Again, they're not paying me to say this. Caring, C-A-R-I-N-G, caring.com. Check that website out and see if there are care facilities in your area. Also, a little sidebar: just because it's closer to your brother's home, that does not necessarily mean it's going to be a good place. There may be some more higher rated care facilities that may be, a little out of the way, but they're going to provide them more quality services. It's a hit or miss in many of these places. Some places, you walk in, it's like, ooh, it's like, a bucket of urine, And other places, it's more clean than others, so it's a crapshoot. So again, check out caring.com, and if your brother wants to go to an off-site facility, then that is something to consider. So that is what I have for you, soul sister. So again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. And if by chance, if you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Again, our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al. In the description, you're going to see a few links. The first link that you're going to see in the description is the Friend of the Father Partner link. And when you click that link, what that will do is that will take you to a PayPal page. And on the PayPal page, you're going to see a few drop-down options. The first set of drop-down options you will see is a reference to the Friend of the Father Partner program. The Friend of the Father Partner program, that's a program that we created to help keep the program alive. It pays for the dry cleaning of the coat, the shirt, So that is what that is for. The other reference you will see in there is the Living Legacy Program. The Living Legacy Program, that is where we'll take donated mobile devices, laptops, notebooks, Samsung Galaxy Notes. We take those, we refurbish them, and then bring them back to factory reset, and then we donate them to senior citizens 65 and older with no income requirements. We're not going to ask them about gross. We're not going to ask them about net. None of that stuff. So as long as you're a senior 65 and older, if you know a senior 65 and older, hey, we got a bunch of stuff in the back, and I'm hopeful that we can help you out. The reason why I chose the Samsung Galaxy Note is because the Samsung Galaxy Notes have a built-in stylus. And oftentimes the seniors have a frail hand, and they may not be able to navigate with their phone. So if they have some additional piece of equipment, a little stylus, they can navigate on the phone that way. So that's why I chose the Samsung Galaxy Notes. If you want to donate a Samsung Galaxy Note, we'll take one of the real legacy ones, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But keep in mind, those can only be used as a free Wi-Fi connected tablet. They can't be used as a phone because of the technology, but they can only be used as a free Wi-Fi connected tablet. Go to the grocery store, in your home, you've got Wi-Fi there. They can surf the internet that way, but they can't use it as a mobile phone to call people. If you want to donate one of the more current ones, the 9 and forward, those can be used as a phone as well as a mobile Wi-Fi connected tablet. So that's the beauty of the one for 9 and forward. We'll take both, but keep in mind that is the difference between the two. The other reference that you're going to see in that set is a reference to open and private. Open, that's where we'll tell any and everybody who donated. Open, again, that's where we'll tell any and everybody who donated, how much they donated. Private, that is where we'll keep who donated. We'll keep that confidential. So that is what you're going to see there. The other link that you're going to see in the description is the Father Al wish list. And if you've been around a while, you know that people have been donating very fine cigars to me. So if by chance, if you want to send me some cigar accessories, golf accessories, that kind of stuff, click the link. And then what that will do is that will take you to an Amazon.com page. You're going to see all kind of cool stuff there, golf accessories, cigar accessories. If by chance, if you want to send me some more, you want to send me some more cigars, very fine cigars, go ahead and ship them to me. Let me know in advance that you're going to be sending some stuff to me. That way when the concierge downstairs says, hey, Al, you've got a package downstairs, at least I'll know what it is and it's not ticking. So that is what you can do. So that is the two links that you're going to see in the description. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope of friends, family, loved ones, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful that you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to help you move forward in life. If you've got a problem that, just really small, it's like, I'll talk with somebody at some point. Hey, consider contacting me. Or if it's a huge problem that is just really weighing you down, please consider contacting me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, and I'm hopeful that I can help you move forward in life. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. And if by chance you'd be watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, click the subscribe button. After this live broadcast, you're going to see on my Facebook wall, Dear Father Al was live, and you can watch the show again and again. Later on tonight, I'm going to create a rebroadcast that is available on YouTube, likely either late tonight or likely tomorrow morning. I want to create another rebroadcast that is going to be available on Instagram. So that is where you will be able to see the show. Again, our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al. Today is Saturday, October 1st, episode number 5. Again, Paula, Jody, love you, love you, love you. Smooches, smooches, smooches. So let's go and roll forward with the next one that I've got. All right, so this one says, Dear Father Al, my wife and I are seniors. I'm retired, but she is still employed. I have significantly reduced my driving, but she has not. She needs to go to work each day. The problem is that she has wrecked our cars multiple times. No major injuries, but this has made our insurance premium skyrocket. Help. signed Accidents in Alabama. All right, Accidents in Alabama. I will reply back to you in a sec. So if by chance you've got somebody that's on your policy that has been reckless, well, not really reckless, they've been wrecking cars, but if by chance you have somebody on your policy that just continuously, whether it's small fender benders, bumping into walls, bumping into cars, stuff like that, and just making your insurance skyrocket, interject your comments in the chat line and let us know how you handle the situation. So again, click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. And if by chance if you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, click the subscribe button. All right. So, okay. So, sign again, Accidents in Alabama. So this is what I have for Accidents in Alabama. All right, dear Accidents, your wife may have problems with depth perception. Okay? So consider encouraging her to have it checked. Hon, you kind of banging into stuff and our insurance premium just going through the moon. So are you having, just talk with her. Hey, are you having problems with seeing? Is it day or night? Maybe just needs a new pair of glasses, a new prescription, for all I know. There may be, we're taking a little further, there may be bigger problems involved. Maybe she is trying to tell you, husband, something with these repeated accidents. Maybe she believes her life has been wrecked and this is her way at lashing out. Just a thought. This is maybe a stretch. Okay. Chat with her and try to identify a pattern of her accidents. Is she always, getting hit in the front, at a certain, garage or a certain parking lot? What's the cycle? What's her pattern of hitting, the car and where the car being hit? So maybe she needs to change paths to work. So maybe she's just kind of going the same path every single day, and she just kind of tired and just not really focusing. She's just kind of on autopilot, unfortunately, and just not really paying attention and just bumping into stuff. Maybe she has an issue with her medication. If she's on medication, that may be another issue that you may want to consider looking into. Maybe she's overworked and needs some sort of mental break. Just a thought, maybe a stretch, but just a thought. So keep that in mind, and again, let me know. So again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, and Advice Column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. And if by chance, if you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube, click the subscribe button. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved one, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful that you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to help you move forward in life and to live a happier life. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the next one that I've got. All right, so again, Jody and Paula, thank you too for your comments in the chat line. Hey there, Jody, and hello, Paula. All right, so this one says, Dear Father Al, I have a vintage kitchen appliance which is no longer working. I dropped it off at a local repair shop. The technician says since the appliance is so old, the parts are no longer available. I really love this item and it has been in my family for many years. I don't want to trash it. Any suggestions? Signed, Crying Cook. All right, Crying Cook, I will reply back to you in a sec. So if by chance, if you got some appliance, whether it's a mixer, a blender, a toaster or something that you've had in your family for forever, it seems, and it's sentimental value, and you want to try to keep it alive as long as possible. You don't want to trash it. The features on the newer appliances just don't match with what you have. Maybe the motor on the old one is much more powerful than the new ones that they have out there that are flimsy and don't do what the older ones do. I've seen some irons, oddly enough, some of the older irons, real heavier irons that are just bricks. You heat those up and it's really heavy, and iron stuff really good. Some of the lighter irons, it just doesn't seem like they iron flatten the fabric as good as some of the older ones. If you keep the old, especially an old iron, I think it was a Black and offhand, maybe a Black and Decker comes to mind. They're not paying me to say this, but Black and Decker iron comes to mind. It's just a real heavy iron, and it did a great job in ironing back in the day. So anywho, so this is what I have for Crying Cook. If by chance you experience something similar to what I'm talking about, interject your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. All right, so this is what I have for Crying Cook. Dear Crying Cook, first, contact the shop and get the parts that were needed. The technician may not have the exact part number. It would be great if they could get that for you. He said it's not available, so I would hope that they would at least have the part number. Worst case, if you can get a description. Let's say it needs a bulb. It needs some sort of power supply for whatever appliance model that you have. That will help you out. So once you get that in place, then get the appliance, say, okay, hey, I really appreciate your help. Get the appliance back from the shop. You know what part number that you need. From there, search on your own. Search on your own, look to see, you want to try to do it yourself, look and see what kind of tools that you need. You may just need one of those little mini Phillips screwdriver, maybe an Allen wrench or something like that to be able to pop it open and see. So search online for the part. So let's say if it needs a power supply, So look online, say an iron for a Black & Decker model 100 iron, for example. So get the part number that you need from the technician or the description, let's say power supply for a Black & Decker iron model number 100. Search online for that. Search on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or just a general search in your browser, and you may be able to find, especially eBay, and eBay is not paying me to say this, you may be able to find spare parts. So somebody, let's say, dropped a brand new Black & Decker model number 100 iron. Everything else is, working, but they just kind of dropped it and they're just kind of selling it on eBay for parts. So what you can do is you can go to eBay, buy that broken iron, for example, and then take that, and then from there, see if you can do it yourself. If it's something reasonably simple, try to fix it yourself. If it needs a cord replaced or something like that, again, once you pop it open, see how the cord is as simple. It may just be tied down with some screw or a wire just kind of wrapped around a bolt or a screw or something like that. Get the one that's been used for parts, pop that open yours, and then see if you can do it yourself. You may be able to add some extended life to the one that you currently have. The other thing that you can do is once you get all the necessary parts, you can also consider, if you don't feel comfortable in doing it yourself, contact the shop and say, hey, I've got one that's out there for parts, use only. Can you take the parts out of the one that I just received, put it into the one that I have, and add some extended life on the one that I have? And that may be able to help you use the one that you have a little longer. So that's what I've got for you, Crying Cook. I'm hopeful that will help you out. So the last one, and we'll call it a wrap. All right, so this one says, Dear Father Al, please help me. I will try. My mother was widowed 17 years ago. She and my father raised us 2 children in the same home. My children were adults when my father died. I left my home and went to take care of my mother and live with her in the home. She had not lived alone and needed help. That was 17 years ago. I have taken care of her. The two of us met together with a representative from her finance company. The representative was to write up my mother's wishes and agreement for my mother. We scheduled the meeting appointment for mother to sign the completed papers. My mother died the night before this signature appointment. Wow. Okay. So, mother wanted me to stay in our home to take care of this house and care for our dogs. What do I do now? I am retired. I am a retired senior. My children have paid the current taxes on this home. Father Al, please help me and tell me what to do. Signed, Worried Daughter. All right, Worried Daughter, I will reply back to you next week. So, again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an Advice Column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved one, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful that you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to provide a common sense solution to help you move forward in life. And Worried Daughter, I will reply back to you next week. And until next week, go in peace.